Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moseley Matheson from Matheson Associates. I'm one of the managing attorneys here. I handle all personal injury matters that come into our office, and I am starting my video series today on a topic that is of great importance as it applies to personal injury cases, and that's something called contributory negligence. Now, contributory negligence is kind of a really unique concept. It's limited only to about 4 or 5 different states in the country. And the easiest way to explain contributory negligence is if you are even 1% responsible for your own injuries, it's a complete bar to recovery. So a good example would be like if you were going through an intersection, you had the green light, you had the right of way. As you're going through the intersection, somebody T-bones you and you're not wearing a seatbelt, the court can find that you have no grounds to recover any damages of any amount because you contributed to whatever injuries you may have suffered as a result of the accident. Like I said, there's only a few states that follow this. It's a pretty cruel concept. Most other states have what are called comparative damages. So you're 50% responsible, you can only recover 50% for the damages. You're 60%, you can only recover for 40%. When we talk about personal injury cases and people think that they may have a valid claim and they don't understand why when they call law offices, the attorneys or the administrative help that's answering these calls are so kind of cagey about asking what was happening during the accident, where you were, what you were doing. Because if the court finds that you're contributory contributorily negligent, you can't collect, and so the attorney can't get paid. So this isn't a situation where maybe we collect less than we could have. We collect zero. And so that's why it's important when, in your day-to-day life, of all the many things you have to keep up with, one of those things is just making sure that if you're putting yourself in a situation where you could be injured by somebody else, that you're not contributing to that. Another example might be going through a crosswalk, right? Maybe you're walking, crossing the street, and you've got the crosswalk light, but you're not actually in the crosswalk. You are outside the crosswalk in some manner, and you get hit. That would be contributory negligence. You were not where you were supposed to be. You didn't have a right to be there. It doesn't matter if the person was drunk, speeding, and had their eyes closed. You contributed. You can't collect. Now, there is a little bit of saving grace. There is something called the last clear chance doctrine. And the last clear chance doctrine is basically going to the court and saying, okay, I admit, I was outside the crosswalk. No question. I should have been in the crosswalk. I wasn't in the crosswalk. I'm contributorily negligent to my own injuries. But the defendant, the driver, they turned on the street. I was in the road, for 5 seconds before they got to me. They had to have seen me. There was no way they couldn't see me. And so, yeah, I wasn't where I was supposed to be, but they had the last clear chance to avoid the accident. And so sometimes, if we've got a situation like that where, somebody is driving or doing something that could be considered as contributory negligent, but the defendant had an opportunity to avoid it and still didn't avoid the accident, then that may be a way around contributory negligence. So that's today's video. I just wanted to explain to you that concept because a lot of people don't understand it, and unfortunately it does make recovering for cases in North Carolina much harder. The insurance adjusters kind of have leverage in cases where contributory negligence could apply, where they can say, okay, well, yeah, our guy messed up, but so did yours. And if you go to court, you may spend tens of thousands of dollars on attorney's fees trying to get this case won, and because it's an absolute bar, you recover nothing. So they tend to give lower settlement offers or push to have the plaintiff's attorney drop the case entirely because of this concept of contributory negligence. So just be careful out there, know your rights, follow these videos, not just my videos, but other videos here at the firm. We provide a lot of interesting information every week on Fridays, and pay attention, we've got more to come. Thanks.